My name is Jason Bolton, and I'm the Food Safety Specialist for Cooperative Extension. The job entails many things, but it does include mostly food safety and food science, essentially consulting for food businesses out there. So I'm a person that goes out there as a specialist and helps food companies with regulatory issues, development of certain food safety plans, making sure that foods are properly cooked, properly cooled, and an overall prevention of food safety, foodborne illness. Well, the ag industry in general in Maine is growing. I mean, when I first started 7 years ago, we had only a few lobster processors. Now we have an additional 6 that I've worked with, I know, and they're large processors, doing 25,000 plus pounds a day during peak season.
I can't really express how valuable he's been here, helping us through many hurdles, or I should say, helps us position ourselves to avoid many problems. Jason, like I said, his expertise is, it just goes without saying. I mean, he's the man.
I helped them make sure that they met all the FDA requirements, in addition to developing a HACCP plan, which is Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point plan, in addition to what's called thermal process validation. So I make sure that every piece of lobster that goes to that facility is properly cooked. And we're talking about, in 1 year they did 7 million pounds of lobster, so that's a lot of product to ensure that it's safe. Maine Craft Distillery contacted me in 2012 when they started going, and they had questions about some of the new technologies for distilling, the way to amplify some of their flavors, things like that. So I was able to use less of my food safety background, use more of my food science background to help them with flavor infusion, packaging, all kinds of things. And that helped them develop their gin, their Blue Shine, I think is the name of the product, which is a blueberry liqueur, and numerous other products. So anytime they have little issues related usually with food science or distillation, they give me a call and I try to help them out. I was contacted by Gelato Fiasco, I believe in 2015, when the Blue Bell issue occurred with the listeria in ice cream. And so that kind of put them into a kind of a shocked moment where they said, okay, well, we should make sure we don't have a problem like that.
I would say that without Jason being an integral part of our safety net system, we definitely would have some challenges in getting the system put together. It's really helpful to have his resources, his knowledge of what the policies, what the regulations are, and without him we definitely would have to go to some outside sources. It would probably cost us a lot more money, so this is definitely a huge asset to have him on board, willing to help.
He's just been a great sounding board for us. Coming from 5 gallons a batch to 1,000, there's some real big scaling issues and quality control as well. He's been really helpful, just kind of coaching us along.
Chris contacted me and said we had some questions about some bottles that were actually fermenting. I helped him validate a new process to ensure that none of their products would ferment, in addition to training him how to test each product batch to make sure that there were no contaminants. So I taught him how to do essentially basic microbiology. And then along the way, as he's changed his process, increased the capacity of his facility, I've been able to help him grow and make sure that he's still producing a consistent, safe product.
If he doesn't know the answer, he finds the answers for us, and he's just very knowledgeable, and feel he has just a broad base of experience that we can just tap into, and it's been invaluable to us, really.
There is no such thing as a normal day, but a typical day in the office is, could be preparing presentations for either teaching or preparing presentations for teaching an industry course or giving a talk somewhere, answering phone calls. I had 6 phone calls today, for example. Companies asking about regulatory questions, students from other universities asking about development of commercial kitchens, labeling questions. And then the typical day when I'm out driving around, those periods of time where I'm not with the food companies, I'm typically on the phone here and there talking to other food companies. So try to be as productive as possible. Maine made, to me, means quality. It means that the folks really care about the food that they're processing. And there's something that's said when you produce a Maine product, and that's usually quality, hardworking, the things that go along with the state as a whole and the people that live in it.